Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Solo RPG day. Let's do it. But let's take a moment to chill first. I am on two wheels this morning. So I'm gonna sit here and drink some coffee for a minute. I woke up late. Now that it's getting cooler weather, as you can tell by the sweatshirt, I need to start setting my alarm in the morning. It was a little cool this morning, so somebody didn't want to get up. And I've been running ever since. I've also been enjoying a bloody nose this morning. So yeah, like it's been a morning. So hopefully we can get this stream going. And sorry for the TMI there, but like it's just not been my morning whatsoever. But I'm excited about this stream because we're gonna do something a little different today. But I need to calm down first. So let's chat and have some coffee. Hi, how are you? I had a bunch of work travel this week, and there were multiple days I had to set the alarm for numbers starting in 3 or 4. Woof. Yeah, like I don't sound great. My nose is bothering me. I have 2 solo RPGs printed out on my desk as we speak. Nice. Nice. What are they, a fine broad, if you don't mind me asking? So basically, we're going to take a minute while I gather myself. So you can see where we're like a couple minutes late. Let's calm down while I drink my cup of warm stimulant. You know what? I'm one of those people that can take the coffee nap right in the afternoon. I can drink coffee and then sleep for like 30 minutes. Or I can drink coffee at night. Ruben, I still got to look at that email. God, I'm the worst. So yeah, Olive Octopus, thank you for the raid this morning. What were you doing this morning? What inks were you messing around with? So yeah, I am actually trying to chill a little bit before we get going so I can think straight. Yeah. All good. So yeah, I need to start setting my alarm during the winter time. Mother had a fall, spent the day trying to get the care. Oof, that's terrible, Bill. Like, we've gone through that here ourselves. That's rough stuff and scary. Only challenge was the flights weren't long enough to get enough sleep. Oh, yeah. Hot stimulant of choice tea has gone lukewarm. Well, maybe you can warm it up later. I have coffee, though, for the tea as well. Today, sketched on 5 of the color versus zodiac inks. Leo, Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, and Libra. What color is Leo? I'm feeling so much better than earlier this week, Tess, but I'm just frazzled more than anything, and self-inflicted. I just have to set an alarm. Out of print, which comes in zine format. Nice. Leo's a lovely golden yellow with shimmer, a bit light, but I'd get a full bottle. Nice. I would have guessed yellow. Leo tends to go yellow for obvious reasons. Rawr. And then I see a lot of turquoises for some reason. I don't know, maybe I'm just delusional. It's what I've been feeling this week with the husband sick and now son. Yeah, brutal. So let's everyone take a deep breath. Let's have a meditative stream today. Let's have a nice, relaxing, fun stream. It starts with the streamer. The streamer has to have a nice, relaxing tone. And I'm getting there, Chad. We'll get there in a few minutes. A. Miller, 16 months. Let's go. London got you sick? How was the London show? It looked really, busy. I haven't gotten much feedback other than it looks busy. Let's go, Brooks. Are you back to, I hesitate to ask this because I know you're not normal. Are you back to normal, like at home and stuff like that? Things getting back into the flow? Brad easing into the NPR voice. Brooks, 53 months of subbing. I'll drink to that. I'll drink my hot stimulant of choice. London show was really good for me personally. No idea about anyone else. Yeah. I thought the general conversation around it was extraordinarily positive. As much as can be. Good, Brooks. Hey, Lenny. I love this mug. Not only is it my favorite mug from Sugar Turtle Studio, it is held up exceptionally well. Like the quality, whoever uses to make these. I'm very impressed with this. I would get I would find out whoever Tom uses for these mugs if I ever did mugs, because they've been spectacular. Trying to chill too. New boss is a complete tool. Going to be a long winter. Hey, we're here for you, Zane's dad. I feel that. Brad's on stimulants and has a nosebleed. Yeah, that's not a great idea, but like I just gotta get there. Italianate, it's a big mug. It's probably the biggest mug I have. CY show must have been awful because he had to share a hotel room with me. Rip. I mean, that's just an awful life choice. Like, I don't know about the show, but like just in general, the life choice. Now it's finding a contractor to come fix a little bit of damage to the house and replace the backyard fence. Yeah, I imagine their list is long. Their list is long. Whew. I thought the biggest mug you had was Flat Brad. Vasoconstrictors would actually be good. You know what would be good, Bork? If I actually knew what that word meant. I'm assuming it means something with like the blood veins. Am I expanding them or contracting them? I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like, you give me way too much credit. We've had simple stuff at our house that hasn't gone through a storm that we can't get fixed, Brooks. Like, I've had people come out to do quotes and we say, yes, we would like that. And then poof. Ghost City. Left hook pins, 5 months of sub, and let's go. Are you a left hook rider? Left hook pins? Are you a lefty overhooker? Makes vessels smaller. Constrictors. The word would tell me that constrictors would be good. You are? Great. I love lefty overhookers. You have a real challenge. Readerly Life, thanks for the 100 bits. Get composted, 54 months of subbing. Hey, in case y'all missed it, I played a video game on Twitch yesterday afternoon and had fun. It was really nice. Really, really nice. To sit and chill for a couple. Same, been ghosted several times. It's like, yeah, I would like to give you money for services. And they're like, nah, we're good. Not even that difficult to work. But I am a non-handyman. I stream about pins. Like, I'm not fixing a roof. Left-handed hookers. That's a different category. That's actually a different channel completely. Oh, I need to get one of the... I haven't stolen one of the Wopex yet. We'll do that here another day. How many days what's today? What's the number of today? What's the date? You make pins but can't fix a roof, right? Yeah. $17. Okay, we have lots of pencil time left then. I was just thinking I needed to get in a Wopex review. 2 weeks till Halloween. I guess Halloween week would be a good Wopex review day, because that would be a horror story. So I'm gonna go and write this down while I'm thinking about it. So today's pencil, we have the Blackwing Volume 3. I forget who was this? When I get a new Mac IU, I'm totally getting No Man's Sky. It is so fun. Like, you literally just don't have to do anything. I thought this one would go good with the T game today. Does no one else know Latin? Ravi Shankar. Thank you. This is a beautiful one. Wandering around office with the headset. All right, Wopex review. Let's see. What day are we on today? Let me, have you seen new Black Queen, matte red and matte green? I don't know. I'm not with it today. Got a little pin I'm going to send your way. One good thing about the hurricane fiasco is that I moved my office, found a bunch of old stuff, one being a pin from around 2012 that I think you and Brian might be able to make your own vision. Did you find my original Brooks Arushi orange Pinatic pin? You know. But yeah, send me that. That'd be great. All right, let me do a little catching up here. We're gonna play the last Tea Shop here, or we're gonna attempt to play the last Tea Shop here this morning, which is why we're in the TTRPG channel on Twitch. If you didn't notice, but we're gonna still talk about pens and pencils and stuff. Closest I found was my PA, a Johto in the orange and black. Whew, man, such a good pen. Are you working, Dad? What are you doing? Man. Man, supervisor knows we have to ship today. He's like, "Are you ready to ship yet? This is not the shipping department, man. This is not the shipping department." Okay, so we need to do WOPEX review. I need to write that down. I think on Monday, I'm going to do a pencil box review, like building a pencil kit. Lately been addicted to Nonogram, a Japanese puzzle. Great way to use pencils. Let me look that up. Let's see. Picture logic puzzles. Oh, it's like a grid thing. Picross. Okay. I'll look at that later. That looks like my kind of thing. Save that. Okay, but yeah, we had to get I had to remember to do the WOPEX and make sure my timing was good. So I've really been, this is something I think about all the time. I'm kind of changing I'll drink to the sugar turtle. I've been thinking about blogging recently. And thinking, so like, we're pretty structured on the blog. My review Monday, Jeff Wednesday, Sarah Thursday, Kimberly Friday. I've been thinking about adding a second one for me, which I've done from time to time. I used to do all the reviews, right? Before I had everything else going on. And I feel like I'm in a good spot to where I want to review more stuff. So I'm playing around with that. It's that time of year where I'm playing around with that. So, okay. I'm getting there, chat. Using the same mug today. Cheers. It's like one of these. I should get like a second one of these in case something happens to this one, but this has been like the best mug. Okay. I think let's get started because I don't know what I'm getting into today, chat. Ready for the tea shop, so I should have made tea. But I already had the coffee going. I saw those pictures, Olive Octopus, and I was like, oh, that was really cool. That was really cool. So here's what we have, chat. Let me send you a link in case you were interested. So this was given to me by Sir Cobalt at the San Francisco Pen Show, amongst another games. This one looked pretty compelling right from the jump. It's called Last Tea Shop, a journaling game for 1 or 2 people. That's as much as I know. So we're going into this blind. We're gonna see how it goes. I've never done a journaling game, much less done a journaling game publicly on stream. So we're gonna play around with that and see what we have here. So today's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve and seeing how I want to do this for myself, right? These are like personal type games, right? Where you're using your brain, you're creating a story. All things that don't come easily to me, right? So don't let that scare you away. If I can do this or try to do this and do it publicly, don't be afraid of scratching a creative itch that like I personally don't have, right? I'm not a creative writer. I'm not imaginative. I can write a lot of words about a lot of things, but I don't often create stories. You can tell when I do reviews that if I'm writing a big block of text, I'm usually copying something, right? So it's something to kind of make my mind work a little bit differently, and also use stationery, right? That's like that's like the goal 1B. 1A is to have the experience. 1B is to use the stuff. So I think I'm in a pretty good place for that. So love the little artwork. So the last tea shop. So I'll be reading a lot of this. I have not cracked the cover. I said, this is the one I want to do, and we're going to get into it now. I put a link into the show notes. It's not a podcast, Brad. There's a link in the chat to this game online if you want to go take a look. So I'm going to be reading this out loud as I read it to myself. You run a tea shop on the border of the living and the dead. The recently deceased visit for one last hot drink before their long journey into the great beyond. Time is strange here. Days and memories blur. Nobody visited yesterday. You are sure of that. Someone passed last week, but you can't recall their face. The fog thins. A figure approaches. You stoke the fire. I'll drink to that. Dog woke me up. I needed my dog to wake me up. I'm neck deep in my single word writing prompts. I think October with 2 pages and a field notes. That's pretty cool, Galantium. I tried to do that once with the dictionary word of the day. All right, welcome. Last Tea Shop is a game about tea and storytelling. Set up your stall and wait for visitors to emerge from the mist. Over cups of tea, talk to visitors about their lives and help them prepare to travel into the lands of the dead. Man, I don't know if I have the resume for this job. Record their thoughts, fears, dreams, and hopes in your journal for posterity. Conversations reveal links between visitors. The rules in this book describe solo play. Variations for a 2-player version appear on the back cover. Gotcha. Okay, what you need: quiet time. A way to take notes. A 6-sided dice. Tea, optional but recommended. We're gonna substitute coffee, chat. Yeah. Toby's already done some borking this morning, so he's chilling out now. Oh, look at that, right on top. Is that my 6? Yep. I swear I saw a logo here. All right. Okay. So here, this is the toughest part of any journaling game, of which none that I've played before. I've literally played none. But here's the toughest part. Do you know what it is? I think you know what it is. It's choosing the pen and notebook. So what are we going to do? I think we'll do Lamy. We're not going to make a separate, we're going to do a separate notebook. We'll just grab this life notebook and use this. Okay, so we're going to use our Lamy Safari cursive nib. We'll try to be a little bit creative. Dice is absolutely unacceptable for singular die. Wow. So we've already failed this stream. This is supposed to be a quiet, chill time. Maybe you need 6-sided dice. Did you ever think about that? Okay, here we go. So we're going to start. Answer the following questions to set up. See pages 3 to 6 for full details. Where's your tea shop located? What special affinities does your stall have? What supplies are in your pantry? Which path do visitors follow to reach your shop? Okay, so we'll work on that in a minute. We're going to check out some of these details too. Game plays over several rounds. Each turn, someone arrives at the stall, and you play out the scene. See pages 9 and 12 for details. Roll for how many days pass. This reveals your first visitor. Roll for weather, which reflects the visitor's emotional state. Prepare tea and ask your first question. Serve tea and ask your last question. Take any tea effects into account. For subsequent visitors, repeat the process above, but introduce one more question. Ask the visitor, how did you know my last customer? Gotcha. Repeat until veiled one departs or you reach some other ending. Okay. Let's see here. See pages 3 to 6. Okay. Setting up shop. Shop here is a quiet place, often clothed in mist or light rain. There's a special feeling here. Moments stretch and fade. This is a space for communion and release. Consult the tables below to establish where your shop is located. Either choose a location or use the following random method. Roll a 6-sided dice, then roll again. The first dice result points to one of the name groups below. The second points to a specific location. Oh, I see. Okay, so there's six buckets here. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then with the okay. So let's figure out where our shop is. 2. Deep stone. So we rolled deep stone, and then we roll it again to see exactly where. So that was a 1. Above a rocky canyon. Okay. So deep stone, above a rocky canyon. I just want to write down some notes as we go. If anyone's playing along, you can, I can, if you want to roll your dice, I'll tell you where you're at. Yeah, this is a dangerous location, but if they're passing into their next life. The name is Last Tea Shop. I don't know if anyone here can pin this. That's the link to it. All right. Describe this place on the stall sheet, noting any local ingredients. Write as little as much as feels right. You might even draw your shop. All right. This definitely feels... I'm just seeing what we got here. Yeah, that kind of looks like my shop. So there's the play. Okay, I'm just getting my ducks in a row. So we have a rocky tea shop. It's on the edge of a cliff above a canyon. We need a name for the shop. So what's my stall sheet? So that is my stall sheet. And then we need ingredients. So we're up on a cliff. We're up on a cliff. We're not going to really draw anything. We're just a little visualization here. You know, little tea shop hut. Little tea shop hut guy here. Got a little mug here. You know, we're going to blaze it. Little tea shop. Cute little windows. We're just going to give this out here. We got a little rock outcroppings here. I don't know, this is probably like thatch or, you know, very, very au naturel here. Here on the roof, a little natural. Probably like a wooden door, something like this. You know, kind of old and, you know, probably like difficult to open. Probably doesn't even have a lock, I would say. Maybe like a little planter boxes on the window, something like that. Does my shop need a name? I don't know. We'll work on that in a minute. So yeah, a little thatch roofing action. And remember, you don't have to be good at this. Like, if you think this drawing is worth a poop, it doesn't matter, right? Just freaking let your hand do whatever you want to do here. All right, so yeah. So there's our little tea shop. All right. There's a canyon. Is the canyon out front or out back? Who knows? Who knows? We'll have happy little teas. So yeah, this is so we have a, let's see, how are we going to set this up? So we have a tea bar, right? So like we have a bar where I work. So I'm basically like the tea bartender. Then I have like so I'm just writing down like a description in my head, like so like I have the kettle. Oh, we have a yeah, this is one of the solo journaling RPGs called the Last Tea Shop. So we have fresh spring water, chat. This is one of our unique aspects, being in the mountains. We have a fresh spring water tap that runs in from the back of the mountain. So that's piped in there. And then we have so our shelves. Our shelves are loaded with all of our specialties. So leaves. We use those little jars that have like the little pop tops. Hey, Sir Cobalt. We're actually kind of just getting started here. So this game is courtesy of Sir Cobalt. So this was given to me by Sir Cobalt because I was interested in playing games like this. So we're going to use those classic little glass jars with like the rubber seals and the pop tops. And we probably have, I don't know, we probably have like 100 of these, right? Like we are, like our shelves like behind the bar is like intense. Man, jars everywhere, right? So many teas. All right, so then what ingredients do we have? Special ingredients. So if we're on the edge of a rocky canyon. Oh yeah, I guess my building is a stone building. Special ingredients, special herbs and spices, if you will. Are the jars labeled or you know them by heart? I think I know them by heart. Special ingredients. So it gives you some stuff over here. Quartz crystal, like mine should have. Quartz crystal is one of my local ingredients, but I don't really want that. Stargrass, reindeer lichen, cloud dew, beard lichen, snowdrop petals, quartz crystal. Let's see. Let me pick up. Yeah, dried mushrooms. So we're gonna have. what else? Deer antler spray, ink flavors, Lily of the Valley, foxglove. That's a good one. Let's see here. I think we will do quartz crystal since it is rocky, so we'll do quartz crystals. Dandelion tea, nettle tea, chrysanthemum tea. There's a sign that says "Do drink the ink." Yeah, we should have. I think we're gonna have a writing nook. I think that's gonna be our special feature. Why am I blanking on these ingredients? I mean, y'all have a lot of good ideas. I'm trying to see what clicks. Dried mushrooms, quartz crystal. What's your color palette inside the shop? Warm and cozy, cool and serene. It's going to be a warm and cozy. I'm assuming it's a little cold and the weather's a little bit rainy. So we're going to have a little, we probably need like a little stone chimney action here on this side. Like that. Trying to think of like a special ingredient that we're known for, like a made up thing. We'll call it fog leaf because we're up here in the fog. It's not quite snowy, so we'll call it fog leaf tea. Knotberry, so that's a good one. We'll have knotberry too. Okay, I think that's good for now. So we have our local ingredients. So like their example is up here. It says, my tea stall is beside the mouth of a vast cave. Stone walls lined with quartz. On cool mornings, I harvest dew from the cavern's crystals for use in my teas. See, so like I didn't read that, which is good. Like I don't want to think, but that's why I have the spring water tapped from the mountain. So that's good. I feel like we're on the edge of the cliff. There's a, we're on like a well trodden path here, but that's kind of grown over. Like people don't really come anymore, right? We're like definitely out there. Monet Dreams, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Butterfly pea flower, that's good. All right, so then like inside, like we have the bar. I do have it set up like a bar back. So like we have a vintage wooden bar. And the people like there's literally like maybe like one chair over here by the fire, and then the rest of it's just like a bar, and the visitors sit at the bar while I make their tea. I make it all right in front of them. It's kind of what I'm envisioning. So like there's my teas and like bar here, you know. I think we're gonna have some journaling area and stuff like that here in a minute. So let's see what else we got. All right. So I feel pretty good. My interior, yeah, it's all wood and stone. Am I gonna draw a floor plan? I could. It's pretty tiny. All right. Okay, so we did that. All right, so let's see what's here. Finding affinities. You have a special connection to certain aspects of reality. Sometimes these affinities are physically present in the tea shop. Others relate to atmospheric or astronomical phenomena. More still are abstract or esoteric. Your relationships with these entities or properties may influence conversations and scenes. Lean into this as much or as little as you like. Choose one of the groups below. Roll a 6-sided dice to find your first affinity. Choose another group and roll again. This is your second affinity. On your stall sheet, briefly describe how your affinities are part of this place. You might treat them separately or fold them together. If it feels like you need it, add a third affinity into the mix. All right, so this first affinity, I have creatures, which could be fireflies, crickets, lizards, frogs, mice, beetles, objects, cards, mirrors, candles, doors, buttons, incense, or phenomena. So it's saying for me to pick one of these things and then roll to see my first affinity out of this list. So do we want, and the phenomena is mist, wind, cloud, sunbeams. I think we'll do objects. So let's pick an object here. This is Last Tea Shop. We have it linked in the pin, so you can go see online what it's about. All right, so I'm going to choose an object, and we're going to roll 1 through 6 to see which object. 5. Buttons. Buttons. Could have been pens, P-I-N-S. So let me just make a note here. This could be good, though. Buttons, buttons. So this is something I have a special connection with at the shop. All right, and then we have a different group, element affinity 2. So we have elements, holes, shadows, stones, smoke, dust, crystals, weave, luck. We're gonna do the weave, chat. Luck, daydreams, secrets, melody, illusions, boundaries, or temporality, seeds, lost objects, ghosts, echoes, memories, forgotten things. I think let's do temporality. All right. Oh, 1. Seeds. Seeds. Okay. We can work with this. Seeds. See, every time you do this game, chat, you can have a different storytelling process. Oh, so this is giving an example of these two affinities together. A family of mice live in the ceiling. They squeak when new visitors approach. Sometimes lost objects find their way into a shop. Reuniting a visitor with some precious items brings great joy. A deck of forgotten things, moonlight on mirrors, incense, daydreams, ghost frogs. So buttons and seeds. Our visitor, could be wearing a button with a logo design or with a design on it that, brings back some memory. We'll see how that goes. We'll think about this. Making a pie. Yeah, Galantium, I've never done this before, so. Okay, so then we have tea supplies and recipes. We're going to do a giveaway here, chat, and we'll do this in a minute when I have a good stopping point. Tea supplies and recipes. There are different types of tea, each with a unique fragrance, taste, and effect. You can brew gumboot tea anytime, but others require specific ingredients. Brewing a pot of tea consumes 1 supply. Start with 3 supplies. To find your starting supplies, add 1 serving of each local ingredient to the pantry selection of your stall sheet. So we had 4 local ingredients. Roll for additional items on the common ingredients table until you have 3 supplies. There are 2 ways to replenish supplies. Some visitors gift common or even rare supplies. Once per game, you can forage a local ingredient between visitors. Describe this foraging expedition on your stall sheet journal. Okay, so let's see here. my pantry selection. So my pantry has my special ingredients. So it says start with 3 supplies. But I already have 4. Let's just see. So we have so let's just pick 3 of these supplies. We'll skip the quartz crystals. And we have a knockberry. These are good. And then do I need to get these common ingredients? So then we only have 1 of each of these. 1, 1, 1. And then I guess let's get 3 common ingredients. Is that what we should do? 1 serving of each local ingredient to the pantry section. Roll for additional items in the common ingredients until you have 3 supplies. It's a little bit confusing. Let's pick out 3 more ingredients. Oh, there's recipes. Okay, so let's pick a few of these common ingredients. Oh yeah, Prime won't let you get ahead of that. To the second. All right, let's pick out 3 common ingredients. So we're gonna roll twice. If we get a 1 through 3, we're on this table. Reroll, and we get a 4 through 6, we're on this table. Reroll. 4. So we're over here. 4 again. Ginkgo leaf. So these are my specials. All right, we'll do it again. 1, that's this table. 2, dried sage. We'll do it one more time. 3, 4. Bird nest fungi. That sounds gross. Okay, so we have ingredients. We'll see if we did this right. All right, so then we have recipes, which I think we'll just come back to. This is probably just something to come back to. I guess this is kind of the menu. Oh, okay. I probably do need my quartz crystal, though, because that's in here. We'll put that in here just in case I need it. We are playing Last Tea Shop, which is a solo journaling game. Oh, look, my shop kind of looks like that. I'm not at the mouth of a cave, but yeah, I have a little shop. Oh, look at this. Like I guess I saw that on the front here. So yeah, that's kind of what mine looks like. All right. All right, so I think we can play now. Once you knew many routes between the lands of the living and the dead. Nowadays, your memory is hazy and the knowledge has slipped away. You recall just two paths. Prepare real-world tea for yourself. Now establish the starting path. All right, that's my real-world tea, except it's coffee. Yeah, there's no doing it wrong if you're having fun. Yeah, totally. Let's see. Consider the phrases dice trail and lantern path. Which do you prefer? This is how your first visitor travels to the shop. If neither phrase resonates, roll a d6. Odd results indicate dice, even cinder pies lantern. I like dice trail. I like dice trail. Record the starting path on your stall sheet. Unless the game tells you otherwise, subsequent visitors also come from that path. So my starting path is dice trail. Yeah, so I think the visitors will get different drinks, which will lead to different stories. So, dice trail. Okay. Roll a six-sided dice. The result is the number of days that pass before your first visitor arrives. The table on the facing page represents the dice trail and lantern path as columns. So that's over here. Look down your starting path until you find the entry next to the number rolled. This is your first visitor. If there's a symbol next to the visitor's name, look up the gifts and effects table. Visitors walk the lantern path. 4 days pass. A farmer arrives bearing a gift. Okay. So let's do that now. Okay. Okay, so our first visitor. 2. It's a messenger. It's a messenger. A messenger arrives via the dice path, via the dice trail. And he has a, what is this symbol? It's like a little daggery symbol. Where's the symbols? Gifts and effects. Where's the gifts and effects? Oh, here it is. Add 2 to result of next day's roll. Okay, so we'll do that next. Okay, so we have a messenger. Oh wait, how many days was that? Okay, so messengers arrived. Okay, so I have a visitor. And then the effect is add 2 plus 2 to next day roll. Okay. Then establish the weather, and then we ask a question. What's up, Elizabeth? Okay, so we're gonna do the weather. Okay, so our new visitor is a messenger. He has arrived at our shop, the last tea shop, before he passes on into the next world. It says roll a 6-sided dice when a new visitor arrives, then roll it again. First dice result points to one of the tables below. The second points to a row with today's atmospheric weather and the visitor's emotional state. What is this? It's a solo journaling game. So you have a little instruction book, and then you write down the things, and basically you're telling yourself a story. So we're going to do the weather and their emotional state. 6. The atmosphere is a sepia haze. Oh, wait, no, 6. Oh, no, I'm on this table. I'm not there yet. So 6, 3. Low red tinge clouds, and they're frustrated. They're frustrated, chat. Weather. Man, creepy. Weather. Low red tinge clouds. Our messenger is frustrated, chat. So our messengers arrived during the low red tinge clouds that are hovering above the last tea shop. It's really high elevation. The clouds just sit. The sky is red. Our messenger's frustrated. Consult recipes and prepare a tea you have supplies for. Skip this step for Farm Cat and Mouse who do not drink tea. Hedgewish also refuses tea. Okay, we have a messenger, so we're good. As you prepare tea, there's time to ask the visitor a question. Choose a question prompt from the facing page or make up your own. Write an evocative response in the journal section of your character sheet. So I'm just kind of going here. I don't really have like a sheet layout, but we're just going to go with it. Write an evocative response in the journal section of your character sheet, taking into account the visitor's emotional state. If this is your first visitor, skip to serving tea. Otherwise, ask, how did you know my last customer? The moment seems right. Weave an affinity into the situation. So just for reference, like the second time you go through this, it'll be a lot more structured building, like the character sheet. Like we could just go in and say, hey, here's my location. Here's my teas. Let's tell some stories about these visitors, right? This one, I'm just trying to learn the flow. Serve tea. Ask another question. This time, take any tea effects into account when journaling the visitor's response. When the tea is finished, bid your visitor farewell, and your journal will describe the visitor's state upon leaving the stall. So we're going to ask 2 questions. We're going to make a tea. Okay. So prepare a tea I have supplies for. Okay, so welcome, messenger. The weather. How about those clouds? Why are they so red? Okay, so let's see. Sorry, I don't quite have all this on the screen. Messenger arrives. Frustrated. The door slams behind him. Entry. Rattling the jars of tea on the shelf. So this is a little bit internalized, so I'm not gonna like read like everything. Hey, Dot Mackie. He plops down. At the lone seat at the bar. Tossing his bag. So yeah, we should have a command for that. So we have a pin link in the chat. We're doing a solo journaling RPG. This is called Last Tea Shop. We have a link in there. So we're just telling a little story here. We're at the Last Tea Shop. These visitors don't know that this might be their last cup of tea. So yeah, it's all like your headcanon, how you want to make it. So, all right. So, wow, Messenger, you've had a rough day. Fancy a cup of tea with all my finest local ingredients that I have. What shall I make you? Okay, so let's see the recipes for what I have. So I have ginkgo leaf, dried sage, bird nest fungi. So I have quartz crystal and bird nest fungi. I don't like saying fungi because I don't know how to say it. Fungi. I feel like this would be an interesting thing to do on a flight, throw on a noise-canceling headphones, get some chill music, and kill a few hours with a cup of tea, coffee, wine. Yeah. This game is making me thirsty. I need another cup of coffee. So I'm looking at I enrolled my ingredients earlier. So I have ginkgo leaf, dried sage, and bird nest fungi. So I can pick any of these things. So dried sage, comforting brew, bird nest fungi, memory draft, ginkgo leaf, rainbow tea. Okay, so let's make comforting brew with our dried sage. How about a comforting brew, traveler? You look frustrated today. You're very frustrated, my messenger friend. How about a comforting brew? Let me brew that up for you with our finest piped in refreshing spring water. That sounds great. Heavens no, I need to calm down. So we're going to make a comforting brew here. And then we're going to ask some questions. Actually, I'm going to go brew a tea myself. I need some more coffee. Comforting brew. With dried sage. So that's 1x dried sage. Okay. All right. I'm going to go get a coffee. I'm going to go refill my coffee. We'll come back. We'll do a giveaway. And then we'll keep going. We'll find out what our messenger is up to here. Because now we get to ask him a question. Oh, wait. I was supposed to add 2. That's for the next day. Okay. All right. So let me do that. Let me go get a coffee. And we'll do a giveaway. And then we'll keep going. This is fun. I hope you're enjoying this. We're just playing around with this game, and it's been really enjoyable so far. Be right back. This will only take me like 30 seconds, so don't go anywhere. I lied, chat. I need to heat up this coffee because I'm running behind this morning. 1 minute. Poor favor. back. Let's do a giveaway. Thank y'all for hanging out today. Hurts my coffee-colored soul when you microwave your old drip. Well, sometimes you just gotta go for the effect. Is what it is. We wish we had. We wish we could go grind and brew a fresh cup every time we need it, but sometimes we just gotta go with the flow. Heck yeah, Caro Cat. Enjoy discovering what you might like. It's also my fault for waking up late. All right, let's do a giveaway. All right, let's give away a couple inks. We have some spooky inks, chat. I didn't even know this was in here. I saw this yesterday. Did you buy this game from that website? This game was given to me by Sir Cobalt here in the chat. But this is where you can go download them, the link. The link, that's the pinned link. You can go check out this game. Look what I have. Oh, I'm showing you, but you can't see. I found this yesterday. I mean, it is spooky season. So this is very difficult to clean Dracula ink. It's pigmented with stuff in it. I would use your dip pens for this. Be careful. Be careful choosing to win this, but to soften the blow, we're going to give away Turtle Belly. So you have something usable, and then something, so this is the Strigoi with the chompers on the box that I liked. So yeah, this is scary to use. Requires great shaking, like very pigmented, like it's sticking here. Getting it off a glass dip nib pen was not easy. So yeah, this is a weird ink. You should be wary if you choose to enter this and win and then use. Shake before use. But to soften the blow, Turtle Belly. So we'll give both of these out. Like I said, I need to clean out some of these inks, so we're gonna do a double ink giveaway right now. It is bad to the bone. Shake before use, pray before cleaning. The base version of this game is name your own price, and they offer a paid expanded version. Gotcha. All right, so let's give away Dracula Turtle ink. You know what? I'll give away a notebook too, since we're doing journaling. Exclamation point waffle. Anyone can enter. Anyone can win. You don't have to be a follower, member, subscriber. You don't have to live in the United States. I ship worldwide. This is an excellent choice for a journaling RPG game. Rhodia.grid spiral bound. So one person will take all of this home with them. So this is a really good desk pad, especially for playing games like this. So yeah, I hope y'all are having fun hanging out today, telling stories, goofing around. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while at Sir Cobalt's prompting. I was glad to get in and do this. So hope y'all are having fun doing something a little different today. Yeah, the goal is to use the stuff, and then also like the main goal, honestly, is to expand like your creativity and just your thinking and escaping a little bit by using your stuff and getting prompted to use your stuff, right? So like I said, it's a 1A, 1B thing. It's like, hey, I get to escape for a minute, you know, think about, it's like reading a book, right? Telling your own stories, making your own stories, getting these prompts. Bonus, I get to use paper and pen, right? those things are, like I said, 1A and 1B. They're not very disparate things. They're like right there together. So we'll keep this going here after this giveaway. Got about a minute left for these inks and this paper. And I should ship this stuff out today, I think. I think I'm going to be shipping after we get done with this. It's a stream about paper. Remember paper, right? There are letter writing games. Yep. There's all kinds of journaling. There's all kinds of stationary adjacent games out there that I didn't know about last year, right? I just learned about these last year and thought it would be a fun thing to do for myself. I've played Dead Ball, which was really fun. It's a baseball TTRPG that was really fun. It's got some cool tools to play around with, so I've played that before. So, and I just keep wanting to do more, and I like just this experiment. So, like like Papaouia says, seems like a cool thing to do on an indoor rainy day. What we're doing today, learning this, is a lot different than actually, hey, I have 30 minutes. Let's tell a story about the last tea shop. That's really what this game is in the end. Once you figure out how to do this, like we could have like a little gaming session where you use your journal. You're journaling for 30 minutes and these are the prompts, right? And that's what this is in the end. Like this is a very long running game today, but the end result is that the next time, you want to journal and you want to get away, well, you break out the last tea shop and your dice and you tell a story, right? And 30 minutes later, you've just kind of escaped for a little bit and gave your brain like a little bit of a reset. That's the end game with something like this. Like today we're learning, so it obviously takes a long time. Plus, I've never done anything like this before, so it's different for me. So that's why we're doing it. All right, let's pick a winner here. Winner. Jersey Girl, Andrea, you have won. Ink Up or Clean Up Pen can be a tea shop game. That's true. Jersey Girl, Andrea, you have won. Congratulations. We got the inks. We got the notebooks. We got the stuffs going out. Congratulations. You are the winner. All right. And the other cool thing about this, all right, email me hello@penink.com when you get a chance, and I'll get this out to you, possibly even today. Yeah, and so like these types of games, if you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm not that creative, or like I don't know how to do this, like that's me, and that's why I'm doing it. Yes, that is Strigoi. I just found a bottle of it yesterday. So that is Strigoi that we just gave away. So if you say, oh, I'm not creative, or oh, I can't do this, like you're talking to like the poster child for the oh, I can't do this type of thing, which is why I'm doing it, right? Like take a chance on doing something that could embarrass you or that like challenges you in a weird way, like to be tell a story, right? Like this is very much not my mindset, but it's fun. It's fun to like kind of stretch yourself a little bit. So, all right, back to the story. Our messengers arrived and he's ticked. I did do a baseball one. So the cool thing about the baseball one, it's called Dead Ball, is you can recreate old games, like real games that happened. So I went to recreate the 90 or 91 World Series where the Braves lost to the Twins. So I was trying to recreate that one, and I've played a couple games of that. So I haven't done the whole series, but it's fun because you can take real life players. You can do it in a full made up team, or you can take real life players. I found this app on or this website online that allowed you to generate the lineups. So yeah, 91 World Series. So creativity is a muscle. The more you flex it, the better you get at it. Exactly. So like this is good for me. Good for me to do. All right. Let's see what our messenger's up to, chat. So we had a messenger arrive, and he's not happy. He's frustrated. It's foggy. The clouds are low. The sky is red. He's in our tea shop. He's the only visitor. I'm brewing him a tea. And we're giving him the comforting brew, right? The comforting brew is, hey, buddy, we're creating him a safe space, right? We're going to ease what is ailing him. So we've made the tea, and now we're going to ask him a question. And this is where the journaling part comes in. So choose a question prompt from the facing page. I don't want to choose this, so it's a 20. I'm gonna roll a d20. There's 20 questions here. You can make your own question. You can make up your own question too. This is your first visitor. Skip to serving tea. Otherwise, ask, how did you know my last customer? Okay, yeah. So we did that. The moment seems right. Weave an affinity into the situation. All right. So while I'm making the tea, we're gonna ask a question. And again, if you're doing this like in a non-stream way, like this is a way to just fill up a couple pages in a journal with some story prompts, right? This is what we're doing here. We're just doing it in a long, drawn out fashion, trying to explain this and trying to learn about this. So it gives me 20 questions here. I'm going to roll a d20 just to see which question I want to ask. And you can make your own question. So I'm going to ask them two questions. So while I'm making the tea, 13. Wow. You sacrificed something. Huh. Out there. You seem a little bit emotional about what you had to give up. What happened? What happened out there, messenger? That's a little emotional, chat. That's a little emotional, right? We're just like, I don't know this messenger, and we're just hitting them. Hey, you look like you gave up something important in your life. What is it? Messenger's pretty despondent over this question. Luckily, the tea's not in front of them yet, or would have thrown it at me. The calming effects of the tea were needed before I asked this question, right? Like the comforting brew. We're creating a safe space for these really aggressive questions for the messenger. But we're going to ease his pain. What was the question? You sacrificed something. Messenger is looking down as he awaits the tea to be served. He's like, I did sacrifice something. My favorite pen. My favorite pen got me through a lot of tough times back at home. And it told a lot of great stories. And gave me a lot of peace. But you know what? Someone else needed it more than I did. So I passed on this pen to my daughter. My story might be ending here at the last tea house, but hers is just beginning. All right, wow, that was intense. Thank you, messenger. Would you like some tea now? Tina Tree, 39 months of subbing. Let's go. Let's go. So, wow, that was a big sacrifice from the messenger, I think. The messenger gave up their favorite pen, chat. Like, so normally I'd be writing this down. Maybe a little more detail. What was the favorite pen that the messenger gave up? Maybe it was that quartz crystal pen that was in our affinity from earlier. Or no, the button. Oh, yeah. How is this messenger supposed to write messages now? Well, Lilium, the messenger's moving on to a different place. The messenger's moving on to a different place, unbeknownst to him, I think. Yeah. So we've broken the messenger shell a little bit here. We're serving in the tea, the comforting brew. We're breaking down a little bit of the messenger's facade. We've cracked the code. Yeah, straight up poison the messenger. The messenger's ready to give it up, chat. So let's ask him a second question. What is that? 8. Wow. So yeah, thanks for that story, messenger, about the pen. But I don't think you're telling me the full story here. I think you've hid something along your journey. And I feel like you probably need to give it up here. Like, what did you hide? What did you hide, messenger? Well, last tea shop owner. This is a great tea, by the way. I appreciate that. This tea is like a truth serum. I feel like it's just allowing me to speak my real truth. And what I left, what I'm hiding from you, is this button. It's this button. What was my code? What was it? This button. It's special, and I've hidden it because it contains a special seed that was last seen grown centuries ago here on this very mountain. And for some reason, I ended up in this last tea shop to give this seed to you. It might change the way you serve the tea and hear the stories of the people who's making their stops here, unbeknownst to them. So I want you to have this seed, tea shop owner, and I want you to grow it and see what magical properties it has. No one else knows I had this. Now, no one will know what's going to be in the next tea you brew once you plant this seed and harvest its leaves. Whew. Man, that messenger's something. That messenger just gave up the secrets, chat. Hey, Ferret. Wow. So this messenger has been pretty wilding out here. Life-changing. Not only has the messenger passed on his precious pen to his daughter, they're passing on the hidden seed to me for the tea shop. Wow. So the messenger, so I should be writing all this down. the Messenger was any more of a downer, they'd be a December song. The Messenger last night dreamt they were an architect, but somehow they ended up at the last tea shop hanging out with me, and they finished up the tea and they're about to head out. They're about to head out, but leaving me behind the button with the secret seed compartment. So yeah. All right. So when the tea is finished, bid your visitor farewell. In your journal, describe the visitor's state upon leaving the stall. So we'll continue to have visitors here. We'll journal about the messenger. So all those things I was saying I should be writing down, but it's hard for me to think and write, especially when you lack the full creative brain that I have. I thought like, oh, that's pretty good. So that was my visitor. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write a little bit more of a story about the messenger, what he did, the questions we asked him, and how he answered them. So the way the game will continue, when the day reaches 24 or more, the veiled one arrives. Follow the question ritual as the veiled one departs. Ask the final question. What happens next? All right. So yeah, you have as many visitors as you can in days. So like when I originally rolled this visitor, I rolled this visitor with a 2. So 2 days passed for my first visitor, and then there's a couple extra characters in here. If you get a hidden path, if you roll a dice with a hidden path, you can get that. There's like a sorceress that can come, and you tell their story. So yeah, so this is how you would. This is how this game goes. So you keep having visitors, up to 24 days. So you could have 3 or 4 visitors. You could have 6 or 8 visitors, depending on how the dice goes. You continue to make teas, tell stories. You have to restock your tea. This is a really good way. Like, that's probably like, by the time I finish this, that's like 2 A5 pages and probably like 30 minutes of like a game. And that's just like one visitor. And this is why, like, I wanted to have some of these things around. I can actually keep this in my notebook. When you have, 30 minutes to spare to journal and to play, you really need very little except your imagination and like a 6-sided die. And I think that's cool. Chat. So like, we're going to end it here. I mean, not the stream. We're going to end the game here because I need to write this down. And I don't want to have a second visitor yet. So we'll put that here. Cool. So yeah, that's the first time I've done anything like that. And it's fun to just have prompts to help you kind of like take a break, tell a story, do something fun like that. So yeah, cool. And now I'm in a better mood, right? Because we got to explore. We got to explore a little bit. So yeah, so what I've learned is the first time going through, it's going to take a minute. But the next time, I'll continue with the visitors. But then when my days are up, 24 days are up, we just roll a new tea shop, right? And that's how this game keeps going over and over again. We can roll a different tea shop. There's, what is that, like 36 different tea shops in here you could have inspiration for. You can make your own. Yeah, like this is just a very circular thing. You just keep going and going and, finish up this shop and, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Thank you, Sir Cobalt, for for giving this to me. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. So I think this will actually stay in this book, so we can play it again later. Did you print out the digital version? Sir Cobalt did that for me. Gave it to me at the San Francisco Pen Show. So definitely check out the link we have pinned here if you're interested in something like this. There's a lot of games like this. So you can go check it out. Dot Mackey with the 5 gifted subs. Let's go. Dot Mackey, thank you so much. Whew. Y'all enjoy your gifted subs. You got a gifted sub. Give Dot Mackey a shout out. Tell him thanks. Check out your emotes. They're dope and fresh. Whew. That was cool. That was cool. So we're gonna I'm gonna keep playing this. There's also other games we can play. We'll figure it out. We'll mix these in every now and then. Some days you just need a little chill mind reset. It definitely a little escapism to take you away there. So yeah, I feel better after doing it. I'm better for thinking about the last tea shop, and actually I will continue to think about the last tea shop as I go through this. So yeah. All right. Well, I don't have any hard left turn for that. After that, if y'all have anything y'all want to do, now's the time. If y'all have any questions, Sir Cobalt gave me a bunch of other games and a bunch of other suggestions. So this one appealed to me first, but I have some other ones. There was a map drawing one. That looked pretty interesting, but I felt like I needed a little bit more prep time on that one. That one I actually probably need to look at beforehand, where this one I didn't look at all beforehand. And someone was mentioning in the chat that they do some map drawing ones. So there's all kinds of prompts you can use. Do you remember what that map one was? I can go grab it if you don't have it. If you don't know off the top of your head, Sir Cobalt, I can go grab it real quick. For Ben Bacardi. I don't know if you remember. It was one of the laminated ones. Oh man, that's crazy, Ferret. For sure. Oh, it's probably in that email. I can go grab it real quick. It looked interesting. But there's a lot of different solo journaling ones, a lot of different topics. A lot of mapping. You don't recall? I'll go grab it. I know exactly where it is because I was looking at it this morning. I think it just might have been called like Topo or something. Yeah, I was close. Topog. I'll put the link in the show notes here. So basically, you roll the dice, and this one, like you get different color pencils, and you end up making like a topography map. I'll put the link in here real quick. All right, so here's this one. So I haven't really looked at this other than looking at it this morning going, oh, I need to look at this more before we try to play it. But this would be a good stream one, I think. So I feel like we could make our own maps, like, you know, with our graph paper and stuff like that. So this is a game that probably wasn't meant to be contained to a single sheet of paper. That's pretty cool. So yeah, this is something I would like to play around with on stream. But I don't quite know all the details with it yet. So, but yeah. And then there's a story. It's not just map drawing. There's a story along with it. You heard a little kid went missing on the radio. This is supposed to be a nice weekend in the woods. If the kid was somewhere near your cabin, the search team would be checking this direction. But they're down the road a few miles. You're out here to have a relaxing weekend in nature. But as you take notes of the landscape, if you see anything suspicious, you'll tell someone. It's not a big deal. It's a nice, chill weekend hike in the woods. Dun dun dun. Oh yeah, I wonder how. What's his name? That keeps the hiker that we walk on Nick. Walk on Nick. Is that right? Break out your A3 sheets. I know, it's like I have a big chunky A4 notebook I could use. Yeah, walk on Nick is super great. So yeah, there's lots of different things to explore, right? As far as gaming goes, like if you find something, you know, that's interesting to, like the results, like, oh, map drawing. Well, how does the story play out to where we can get like a map drawn type of situation? So I'll probably look at this one more. We'll probably do this one next. But then like the last tea shop, seriously, I'm just going to keep this in my journal. And when I have, you know, 15, 20 minutes that I want to spend, you know, just kind of with a prompt, I can just keep that in here, keep the dice handy and have a little escapism. So it's really cool. I have a game similar to Tea Shop, but it's Hedgehog and someone making a sweater for it. Nice. Sweaters by Hedgehog. Is that really what it's called? That would be cool. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up there, chat. Let me know if you like the gaming stream, or I mean the journaling gaming stream. I know it's not super interactive, right? It's like my own thing, but like you can kind of see how I just wanted to kind of do it to see how it worked for me, and then how it would work as a stream for y'all. Seemed fun. I certainly enjoyed the aspects of it. And I think it's something I like to explore every now and then. Using stuff, right? So yeah, chill. Just have a chill stream. So yeah. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it there. Today's Thursday. Yeah, so I guess we're done for the week. We'll be back next week. We'll do it again. We'll do this again sometime. We could maybe have a whole run of that, or try some other games and play around. So, all right. That's it. See y'all later. Have a great weekend. Love you. Be good.